I'm gonna avoid my taxes and I'm gonna get arrested. Wise words indeed. Hi again, Corfish from Pokemon Generation 3, and welcome back to the digital and physical manifestation of my many traumatic brain injuries. You know, recently I've been in a kind of funk. I slept on one hand wrong one night and I couldn't use it the rest of the day, and then the next night I slept on the other hand the wrong way and then I couldn't use that hand. And now I just live in an eternal state of pain. Do you know how hard jacking off has been? Every waking day is hell and there's no escape. Speaking of jacking off, Belle Delphine. She's been in and out of commentary channel titles across the globe, from the United Kingdom and Willanee, Pyrocynical and Memulous, and well, all of them really, to the United States and actually, yeah, basically just those two places now that I think about it. But here she's ended up in the headlines again, because just the other day, she posted a cheeky little tweet of a mugshot of her in a prison jumpsuit. I know, it's incredible. r/mugshot baddie. I was arrested, lol, she says as she stares into our souls with the fury of 1,000 suns, ready to tear us apart by use of the raw power contained in just a single feet pic of hers alone. Now, the story behind why she supposedly got arrested is rather interesting, and it starts with a hamster and then also ends with that same hamster. But before I tell you that story, if you're new to the channel and you're having a good time, why not subscribe and click that bell to turn notifications on? It'll tell you whenever a new video comes out. And if you're already subscribed and don't have notifications turned on, then what the hell are you doing? But anyways, the date is October 7th, 2019, and Belle Delphine posts on Twitter this. I swear to God, this girl came to my party and stole my hamster. I have no idea why or who the f does that. I spray painted the f out of her car and got arrested. At least I got my hamster back, bitch. Attached is DM evidence of the alleged crime as support to why Belle Delphine did what she did. Redacted. Said she saw you carrying my hamster outside but thought it was a joke. But now my hamster's missing, so where the f is she? Don't forget the multiple question marks, boys. These are the most important piece of the puzzle here. Have you taken her? Hello? Can you please reply? Lol, what are you talking about? I didn't take your hamster outside. I literally have 2 people now saying they saw you. Lol, okay then, crying laughing emoji. So what the f is this then? Hey, did you take Belle's hamster the other night? Because redacted, been asking. Lol, yeah, I thought it would be jokes, crying laughing emoji. That's so f up. Why? I thought it would be jokes. God. Every single time I'm reminded that Belle Delphine lives in the UK and isn't some coked up abomination to come out of LA, I find myself dumbfounded. Like, who the hell even is Jokes, man? And why did you think it would be him? What does Jokes have to do with you stealing someone's pet hamster? Not cool, bro. Don't bring him into this. Following that, though, there was more photo evidence of the spray painting the out of her car part of that tweet, where Belle Delphine eloquently drew a Pepe with a firearm and clown hair, somehow managing to brandish 2 supposed hate symbols in one image, classifying this spray painting as a hate crime. This is not a hate symbol. You are stupid. Wow, way to give away exactly who spray painted the car with the exact motive you were just texting them about. It's no wonder you got caught for being a hooligan, Belle. It's not because you committed a crime in general, it's because you're a gosh darn amateur. Luckily though, we had a cute picture of Belle's hamster at the end, so I think that makes it okay. Now, I hate to break this to all of you, but I'm almost certain that this whole thing is a load of baloney. But like, who is surprised at that, to be fair though? And I'm about to tell you a few reasons why, but I don't think you needed me telling you that it's fake for you to figure out that she didn't actually get arrested. Like, come on boys, you're better than this. Actually, considering the Simon diss tracks, I take that back. No, you're not. First, the whole shebang obviously went mad viral. Belle's gotten videos out of Will, me, and Benji, and countless others in the last few days through this whole thing. And she's been able to make these tweets absolutely juice, homie. Like, look at this shit. Between the 2 tweets, the homie got a total of like 80,000 retweets, 500,000 likes, and some 12 to 13,000 replies. She's kept her relevance all over again, and she didn't even have to crack any eggs in herself to do it this time. So yeah, Belle Delphine's a liar, but mainly because she said she spray painted the frick out of her victim's car, when in actuality, she just painted the frick out of it in general. The centerpiece of this work was made using brush paints, Belle. Your mislabeling of your own actions has not gone unnoticed, and what I find to be the real crime here. Also, the card you've painted on here is the most, I bought this from a junkyard for like a quick hundo right before it was about to be compressed car I've ever seen. And if it was someone Belle knew who really stole her hamster, we know she wouldn't be caught dead around someone who's whipping this hunk of metal around the lot. Like, let's be realistic for a minute here, boys. Belle's effing loaded. She can wave her metaphorical money dick around for ages and can build a bridge from there to the US with the size of it. And the bourgeoisie cannot be seen intermingling with the lower class, otherwise known as the broke bitches of the world. They have absolutely, and I quote, no drip. And just like that, this case has been blown wide open like the Marianas Trench mixed with the Grand Canyon. And it's all thanks to me, because I'm really cool. So you're probably thinking, Kwite, wait, why hasn't the video ended yet? And that's because why Belle got arrested isn't the only question we have to ask here. Because now that we know that this whole thing was a hoax, we have to keep a keen eye on her and take a look at everything she's been doing recently. You see, the mugshot photo and the crime photos themselves are just a small part of this. I mean, Belle has been very radio silent for a rather long period of time. That mugshot photo was the first tweet of her that she had made in 2 months. Her Instagram is still completely down and nowhere to be found, and hell, as Will and E pointed out, the last post she made to her Patreon was in July. And it sounds like there's been radio silence on her private Snapchat for months too. In addition to that, her official store page has been down for months. Even her verified Pornhub account has been completely devoid of new uploads for months. All of this has to add up, and it has to add up to something big. So it was time I started hitting the books and put my nose to the ground and started looking at the most recent things that Belle Delphine had posted. And no, this was definitely not a thinly veiled excuse for me to have a reason to look at her Pornhub. First, I started with her Twitter, where the last tweet she posted before her mugshot was an image of her by the pool on vacation with the caption, "Me on holiday before I got food poisoning. Had to get an ambulance to a Greek hospital and then fly home back a week early." Ooh, that gave me chills reading it. The way it's worded, the vernacular and all, it's absolutely haunting. Let's examine the image though. Belle Delphine has her pink hair on and she's standing in a pool by the edge. And the most telling thing about this image is that the background is horribly overexposed, so it is blown out and completely white. I mean, except for the bird in the background, I guess. Also, the couple of tweets before that were all promoting things on her Patreon and private Snapchat, which is a complete dead end, so we're out of luck there. I think where we have to go next is right back to the start. We have to analyze the initial mud shots even more in depth in the images of the so-called crime being committed. Dig into them clues as to what Miss Delphine, if that's even her real name's, true motives are. The first thing I notice is Belle Delphine's absolutely begotten expression. Even though she's about to be locked up for God knows how long for potentially vandalizing someone's property, she still managed to keep up the shadow of a smile for this here mugshot. An absolute performer she is. It's almost sad how dedicated she is to the role that she'd do it even in this situation. I really do respect the fit she's got going on here. The orange jumpsuit is very in style at the moment. If I had to take a guess at the make, I would imagine it's an off-white prison jumpsuit. Pharmaceutical off-white shorts, pharmaceutical off-white shorts. I know I'm trying to do a commentary video. While the hair here looks like it's a mess and has been riled up without any planning, I think this was actually a very calculated move. It's just roughed up enough that it looks like Belle has properly gone through some shit, when in reality, that hair hasn't been messed up at all. I think a stylist has purposefully done it this way in order to evoke the maximum emotional reaction out of the Belle Delphine viewership. And it clearly worked because we played right into our hands. Everything about this image has to have been thoroughly thought through and planned out. Next, we move on to examining the images of the crime itself. The Pepe Belle purportedly painted is carrying a handgun and smiling deviously, almost like he's planning something. An obvious nod to the fact that Belle Delphine herself is planning something! And the most damning evidence of all is about to come, I'm afraid. Hold on to your seat, audience, for what I'm about to reveal to the world may shock and make you shit and fart at the same time, permanently reverting you to the mind state of a preschool student. In the final image, the hamster that was supposedly stolen is eating a piece of food, being all cute, its hands almost looking clasped together. Almost like it's a supervillain scheming something. Like it's Man Ray from SpongeBob, planning to defeat Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy once and for all. Another obvious nod to Belle Delphine's own heinous schemes. And finally, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme, the most damning thing is the doll in the back. It's beady-eyed and its mouth is sewn shut, showing that everybody involved's mouths are sealed on giving away details. And the doll almost resembles a voodoo doll, a cocky hint snuck in by Belle Delphine herself, one she thought we wouldn't notice. One that hints to the fact that she has all of us on strings. How could I have not seen it sooner? The first time I laid eyes on all of these images together, it should have clicked into place like that. She's playing us like we're fools and we're proving her right. Belle Delphine was really arrested after all, except it wasn't for spray painting someone's car to get her hamster back. No, it was for something far worse. Belle Delphine failed the vibe check. And with that, my work is done. And I'm wrapping up this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to subscribe with notifications on and drop a like. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, I've made a lot of other videos covering various aspects of Belle Delphine, like her very odd, milk-centric, sisterly counterpart, or that one time she supposedly scammed me. Also, this video was all jokes. I hope y'all know that, so don't send Belle any grief. We're just trying to have some fun, lads. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time.